guys ready?
Yep.
Everybody, welcome back to Fatties Over 40. It is your boy Blanco. Jonesy is here. We also have a special guest. Elliot is with us. And before we start with the normal episode, we do have to touch on the incident that happened yesterday at the Super Bowl parade. Very sad day, and we can't just do our regular show and pretend it didn't happen. So here we are.
So you guys were both down there for the incident. I was not. I was stuck working, which I don't like going to big events like that anyway anymore, just because I kind of half expect that stuff to happen now at big events, and don't really like being a part of it unless I have to, if I'm working. What happened is messed up. It should have never happened. We've had 4 parades prior to this that never had a single incident outside of the one guy driving down the middle of the parade, which was quelled very quickly. I felt bad. I knew people that were down there besides you two. Some of my coworkers were working down there. Thankfully, they were not down in the area when that happened. But it shouldn't have happened. There's no reason for going to an event like that to be carrying firearms and to go down there, whether it was a dispute between people or what, to fire rounds into a crowd, killing one person and injuring 21 others, 9 of which were kids. It's ridiculous. It should have never happened. That's embarrassing for the city. It's embarrassing for all the Chiefs fans. And I pray that those kids and those other families that were affected by this can get through all this without further trauma, at least to the kids. Adults, we can deal with it. It is what it is. The lady that was killed is a local DJ from, I can't remember the designation for the radio station, but she's a very popular person. I do know a couple people that knew her. Prayers out to her family. Lisa Lopez Galvan, I think is how everybody was pronouncing it. But so I'll let you guys talk. I mean, you guys were down there.
Yeah, this is Elliot here. I went down there with my niece. She had never been to anything like this. She's from a real small town in central Kansas, so she was super excited to go down, and I know downtown Kansas City pretty well, so we went and met up with another one of my friends that lives down there. We were stationed up for the parade at 10th and Grand. Got there about an hour before the parade. It was a great time. A lot of kids around, a lot of fun, got to see everyone. We were early enough in the parade that it was, everyone was still on the buses, got to see everyone, Lombardi Trophy, all that. Great time. After that, we head back to the friend's apartment, and we were going to watch the rally, which was something else. And while after that wrapped up, it just, things went sideways, and seeing that, at first it said incident at Union Station. So I'm like, what? Is it a fight? Is it a fight? And then it kept going, potential gunshots and potential, and it just escalated. Every report was worse and worse, and it was just hard to believe. And, even today the reports are shifting and changing to where it just seemed like such a terror. And I'm fortunate that I did not go down to the rally, but I know people that did. I have a coworker who, he said he was about 50, 75 yards from it when it happened, and he is a very stoic, very calm person, and I'd never seen him get emotional before, but he could barely talk about it, and it was just crazy to think that it happened.
Yeah, I mean, I echo those sentiments 100%, everything you guys have said. We have rules on this podcast. We don't talk about religion, we don't talk about work, and we don't talk about politics. I'm going to do my best to skirt those topics or get close with this one. It's just a mix of emotions. I was down there with my wife. I've been to every parade we've had at this point. and I love them. I mean, all of them are fantastic. It's supposed to be a celebration for the city. I mean, this city, let's be honest, we don't always unite over
No.
everything.
No, we don't.
We're divided in a lot of things. We talk about sports a lot on this show. We've got multiple college teams that are local to this area. Not we always bicker about stupid things like that.
Yep.
There's a lot of things that we really just don't agree on, but the Chiefs are one of those things that bring us all together.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And yesterday for me, woke up early like we normally would for the parade. I'm talking to my wife. I'm just really excited. This is supposed to be a happy day.
Absolutely.
And
It
we're
was.
down there to
It was a
have
happy
a
day.
party and celebrate like another championship. To me, I was having a blast from the beginning. It's one of the best days I've ever had. I'm ready to just go. And we have a blast. We take all the pictures and we're sitting there on the parade route and there's kids that are constantly trying to get to the front and it's like, move aside. This is for the kids.
Yeah.
Kids need to see those players that they love and watch on TV all the time. And that's, to me, is the best part, is they get to meet their heroes, they get to do all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And for them, that's huge. I mean, you're going to remember that for the rest of your life. And it spirals from there. It goes from being the best day ever to just one of the worst.
Yeah.
I mean, we did not go to the rally for one of the reasons you said. I don't like to be around when
Yep.
we're that condensed in one area. I just don't always feel great about it. So we left. We go out to eat lunch afterwards. We're flying high. Like, we're having a great time. We're like, let's go have some cocktails. Let's party. We walk in, and the first thing we see is, shooting at parade. And I'm like, what the fuck? What is going on?
Yeah.
And it starts with 11 people were shot, no kids injured, and it just spirals from there. And we find out players are picking up kids and running them into Union Station with them. Andy Reid is sitting with a kid that scraped their face trying to run away, and he's consoling him. And now we're at a spot where it's just, it goes from bliss to just devastation.
Yeah.
I mean, you mentioned the mother of two that died. That family was having the time of their life.
Absolutely.
And now,
Absolutely.
I mean, they were getting together, they were watching games together, and now they're going to think about their mom. I mean, how much fun can that be? Sports is supposed to be our getaway,
Yeah.
and now it's tied to the day you lost your mom.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You can't look at things. You will always look at things different from that point on.
It sucks. It breaks my heart. I've been all over the place emotionally the past 24 hours. I wasn't there, but it's still affecting me. I
Yeah.
was there. My mom was there. People that I really love were all there and could have been shot.
Well, and that's like, you sent me that text, and I was like, oh shit! I didn't even realize that you were down there. Like, I knew mom was down. I knew mom was down there and Vince was down there, but I didn't know that you were down there. I kind of figured you were, but like, I didn't put two and two together until you sent that out, because like, in the photos that were shared like on Facebook and stuff like that, I didn't see you and I didn't see Jean Grey. And then like when I got that text, I'm just like, ah, shit, I really should have paid attention to that a little bit more. But at least you were gone at that point in time. I mean,
I was gone, and I don't want to say that I was lucky. I don't want to prescribe to that train of thought. We shouldn't have to worry. I mean, the mayor even said the same thing. We should have a full expectation to attend a celebration like that and be safe.
yeah.
Yeah.
And this is not the police's fault. There's
No.
nothing they could do.
So I will say this, and you know what I do for a living. Their response, second to none.
it was fantastic.
Second to none. And we don't talk about that. We don't involve in this podcast. It's one of the rules. We don't talk about that stuff. But the response from all of the LEOs, the EMS people, the first responders, did exactly what they were supposed to do.
They were fantastic.
They got 3 people in custody, which I just read a report on it from ESPN, that the one person that was tackled and that there's a big video of, thankfully wasn't involved. He was trying to get away, but people thought he was. the two individuals that were involved were kids.
Yep.
Juveniles.
Yeah.
One that had an AR-15 and the other one that had some other type of gun.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because I won't I won't go into this, but I will say this one thing. If people want guns, they can get guns. It doesn't matter the laws, it doesn't matter how much you put a restraint on things. If people want to get things, they can get it. And that's proven.
I get it.
It is what it is.
But
And that's not being political, that's just being
no,
straightforward.
yeah. But I'm past the point of we just accept this. There's
agree.
no way that we can move forward and just say
I agree.
kids are gonna die because we have guns everywhere. I'm not saying get rid of guns. Don't get me wrong.
No, I
That's
know.
not where I'm coming from
I
at
know.
all. But we can't just sit on our hands and go, well, shit happens.
Yeah.
The fuck we can. That is not acceptable anymore. And we gotta do something, man. We gotta be better. That's all I got to say.
Starts with the
about it.
kids, man.
Yeah, it does.
And obviously something wasn't working because it was two kids who fucking shot people. So, well, we're gonna take a little bit of a break real quick. We're gonna make the drink of the day, and we're gonna come back with some happier things. We're gonna talk about the Super Bowl. Oh shit!
We can talk
Big
about
game.
it. No, it's a news story.
Can I
There was
say?
results.
Can I say Super Bowl now?
Absolutely.
All right.
It happened. It's a thing.
Some kind of superstition.
So, no, the whole you can't make money off of using the word Super Bowl.
Wow.
It's stupid. It's pointless. It's a ball.
Hey, we're just going to read
Super.
news stories about it so we can say it.
That is true, and we're going to give our own opinion about the game, so fuck off, Roger Goodell. We'll be back in a little bit. What's up, everybody? We're back from our little break. Fatty's over 40.
Yo, yo.
Jonesy Blanco. We also have a special guest with us that in the first segment we alluded to. This is my brother-in-law, Elliot, spelled with one L and one T. Don't be an asshole. Doesn't want to be two L's and two T's like a normal human being. He has to be special.
Special.
In my defense, it's the typical one is 2 L's and 1 T, so
So you're still a weirdo.
still weirdo.
Still weird.
Still weirdo.
It's okay, though. Elliot's been around for a while. He is my brother-in-law. He's my favorite brother-in-law. Forward. Tell me what I'm doing here, Bo.
You're way loud.
Am I way loud? Okay.
Way loud.
Apparently I'm too loud, guys.
like
Go
you're
fucking figure.
You're yelling at me right
I'm not
now.
yelling
What
at
did I
you.
do?
You were born.
I don't even know you.
You do.
What is
You
happening
fucking know
right
me.
now?
Anyway, so Elliot is another person who's kind of in a public service position. He's a teacher. He's a damn good teacher. My kid actually wants to grow up to be like him certain days of the week. So how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. You know, it's I'm getting into
He's
the
nervous.
spring. I'm a little bit nervous,
He's
but
nervous.
you know, I'm getting used to it. Getting into the spring, like you said, I'm a teacher. Spring break's coming up in a few weeks, so that's always a good time. You know, Super Bowl just ended.
Have your kids even been to school for like 100 days this year?
Technically the 100th day hit last week, but man, with the snow days and the red snow day and everything like that, I don't think.
Because I feel like my kid's out of school more than he's in.
Yeah, especially since Christmas break, we've definitely been out of school as much, if not more. So it's been
Nice.
kind of crazy.
So, the real reason why we have this man on here, not because I like him, because I love him, but this sumbitch, and I'm calling you a sumbitch, he got to go to the fucking Super Bowl.
I did.
Lucky
He was
son of a
there.
bitch.
Yes, I was.
He was in Vegas. And I don't really like you right now. I don't really like you. I'm just joking. When I found out that he got to go to the Super Bowl, I was ecstatic. And we had a family tragedy last week, which is one of the reasons why this episode is about a week late. Our father-in-law passed away. Rest in peace, Ed. I did just want to bring that up real quick. I know that's kind of tragedy is part of this episode, and what's crazy is, you know what? I never think of names for our episodes until I'm actually doing the video editing, and I already had a name for this episode, and you usually don't tell me no when I do the names of the episodes because you don't really care, but this episode is purely, it was going to be Triumph and Tragedy, because that's really what it is. But the way the show started, it's tragedy, triumph. And it sucks, but we're going to talk about the good shit now.
Yeah, I mean, we already got the sad clown out of the way, and now we're going to go with the happiness, because, I mean, it's been a rough last week.
It has been a rough last
been
week
rough.
but
we had
a lot
good
of
times,
reasons.
too.
Absolutely, ups and downs.
Absolutely. It's the roller coaster of life.
Yes,
So,
it is.
Elliot is not going to be drinking with us today, but we're going to let him rate this Waterloo. Hold your can up there. Let him see what this crazy stuff is.
Ginger citrus twist Waterloo. So
It's I'm not a big fan of it. We tried it before the show. It's gross. You know how Simmons was like, "Oh my god, I can't believe I'm tasting the shit that we gave him for episode 40." I'll let you give your take on that, because that's nasty.
I mean, I don't hate it. Full disclosure, I am a Waterloo
I know you are.
fan,
I know
if
you
you will.
because I gave you a case of that.
Yeah, and I'd never had this before, so this was new to me. I will say it follows the rest of the Waterloo. It's got a good, strong flavor. This says ginger citrus, but I only get ginger out of it.
I was gonna say, all I got out of was straight ginger.
yeah,
That's it.
barely any citrus.
And it's not sweet at all.
No.
And I think that's what I was expecting with the citrus part. I know citrus isn't sweet, typically. But that's what I was expecting. It's dry as shit.
Well, I mean, it's 0 calories, 0
Yeah,
sugar.
I don't think any
it's-
of these
Aspartame,
sparkling
okay.
It don't have no aspartame
Aspartame,
in it,
okay.
no
Not
sir.
on
Sweet and low. Can I get the pink sugar? Can you get the pink stuff? I need the pink stuff. No.
Not happening.
It told me no.
Sorry, man.
So out of a 1 to 5, sir, what would you rate this?
1 sucks, 5 is good.
So I don't know. I'm a big fan of the sparkling waters. I really like this one. I like the ginger flavor. I really like ginger beer, things like that. So I'd give it a 4, maybe. I really like it.
Wow.
I'm really digging it.
Okay.
Solid.
But again, with Waterloo, it's like I'll get a 12-pack, and the first 3, 4 I'll love. And as I go through the 12-pack, I'm like, okay, I'm over this flavor. Maybe I want something else. So.
It's fair.
Buy that. What's your take on this? Because mine's a 1.
Yeah, I'm honestly, in between you guys. I would probably give this a 3. I like ginger. I like
It's a little
ginger beer.
strong ginger though. Like I like the ginger beer though, because like the ginger beer I feel like is a little bit sweet, just a little bit.
And it's
Not a
got
whole lot.
more bite. This is almost
It's flat.
flat. Yeah, I was
Yes.
gonna say this is a little flat.
Yes.
If it was fully carbonated, it probably would
Like
be
ginger
better.
beer. Yeah.
But it feels like that we might have just got a bad flat case of it or a bad pack.
Well, I mean, I did get it for free, so can't really. And it might have been frozen on a truck and then thawed out. I don't know.
Yeah.
Could have been. It fell off the back of a truck.
Well, we are in the dot.
We are in the
do
dot.
tend to
We are in the dot
accumulate
where
things that
shit
fall
does
off
fall
the
off the back of trucks.
It happens, man. I don't know.
So-
Shit happens.
Yeah, no. So, averagely speaking, it's about a 2.75.
Yeah.
3.
It's not,
somewhere
it's
around
not
there.
terrible.
You really brought it down. I kind of brought it up a little bit.
Yeah,
you know?
no, that's how it works. That's what we do. I think it tastes like shit, but that's just me. So the other drink that we made, because
we were at a bar.
Yeah, we were at a bar. He's not drinking right now, which I'm very proud of you for that, by the way. That takes a lot of guts and a lot of gumption to do what you do, and I'm not gonna put it out there completely, but I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
So, what'd you make?
We kind of did 2. We did 2 drinks.
We did.
But we're
We
going to
did.
go with the second because,
Did you get rid of the other one?
no. I mean, I drank it.
Oh, okay.
I don't waste alcohol.
Okay, yeah, okay. I didn't know if
Waste
you were
alcohol
like,
here.
because we did try it, and
I just chugged it.
we called it a DT, and I am going to put it up on Facebook, Instagram, all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. It was a DT, and
It was a. We tried something different. We just looked at the bar. What do we have? We put Jack Daniel's, SoCo, and then also a little
creme de coco.
creme de coco.
Yeah.
A little bit of that. Topped it off with Coke. Honestly, to me, it tasted just like Diet Coke.
It did, and it wasn't bad. It honestly wasn't terrible, but it tasted like flat Diet Coke. which isn't the worst thing in the world.
I mean, I kind of liked Diet Coke.
That wasn't
so
bad.
I didn't hate it, but
wasn't bad.
I didn't go into it going, I wanted alcoholic Diet
Yeah,
Coke.
yeah.
That was not the mission there. But
No.
so that first one, if I'm going to rate it, I'm probably going to give it a 3.
I was
Just
at
'cause
I was at a
it's
3 also because I was like, it's in between. It's a mediocre drink. There's nothing special about it. Had it been a little bit more fizzy, and that was nobody's fault other than just the drink itself, I'd have gone a 3.25, 3.5, somewhere around in there.
Oh yeah, I could have got bumped up. It just not what I expected.
It was like it's like when we had the Jack and Coke out of the can the one time, and it was flat.
Yeah,
It just kind of killed the mood.
fair.
It's like when you can't get it up, just kind of kills the mood.
I don't know that
Sorry,
problem.
there are potty jokes galore for this.
Yeah.
I've never had that problem either, but I would imagine
You don't have to join into the jokes, but there's got to be a lot of
there's gonna be a lot of potty
dick
jokes.
and fart jokes, and that's what
He's
we do.
he's a teacher. He can't say stuff like that.
Oh, totally. Not a potty mouth at all. Never cuss word out of here. No, that's the wild thing is, I don't know how, but in front of the kids, taught over a decade, and I've never once accidentally cussed in front of
Are
the
you
kids.
really a
You
teacher
might want to
then?
knock on that table.
I was gonna say,
you're
are you really a
screwed up
teacher?
tomorrow?
This is far from the first time I've said that, but it's no. As soon as they're out that door, so maybe I just haven't realized that they've heard me, but they've called my coworkers out before, but no, I've never.
I feel like you need to teach like high school because then I think you can get by with it. Like, come here, you little fist fucker.
Dude, I got cussed out.
I know.
Not like
No, I know you did.
They've been dropping F-bombs,
Yeah.
all kinds of stuff in high school. They were not messing around.
I think it was Gleichman, wasn't it?
Oh, what did Gleichman call me? I don't even remember what it was.
He called a lot of.
He
us
called me an
a lot.
asshole for sure.
Oh, yeah,
That
yeah,
happened
yeah, yeah.
multiple
That was-
times.
yeah.
He's like, fucking asshole. Oh, but that's your football coach,
Yeah.
so there's a lot
Yeah.
that can go on there. I feel like before we cross the line.
Now, there's back in the day, you could say damn near anything, and you were like, "Oh, that's just coach."
Yeah,
it's
pretty
fine.
much.
It's
Pretty
fine. It's not a big deal. All right, so then we made a lazy Jack, cozy Jack,
Comfy Jack.
comfy Jack. Sorry, and it's our own variation because we didn't have. Which, by the way, we did have lemonade. There was some Minute Maid lemonade in the.
Yeah, I didn't want
but
lemonade.
it
I want to
doesn't
change it
matter.
up.
Yeah.
We were in a mood to experiment.
We
today,
were,
So that's
we
what
were,
did.
we were. That's true because we finished the day off with Soko and lime shots.
Yeah, we did. And they were delicious.
They were delicious.
To college.
It happens. But this one was Jack Southern Comfort, half ounce of lime juice, and topped off with Coke.
Yeah.
And it's pretty damn good.
It's
it doesn't
very
suck.
smooth.
Yeah.
It's tasty. I mean, it
And
tastes
it doesn't
exactly what
taste.
you
It
think.
doesn't taste flat either.
Oh God, no!
Like it's pretty good.
I got full carbonation in this.
Once again, I apologize. Talking about drinks, you can't drink. Feel
No, I'm
bad.
good. I'm good.
Okay, feel bad.
What do you rate this?
3.5.
Oh, really?
I'll go with 3.5.
Wow. Okay.
Is that too low?
For me, it is. I'm a fan of it. It's not in the 4 range, but we're definitely 3.75. Yep.
Okay. I'll change my score to 3.75.
We're just
I'll
gonna
match it.
have consensus today.
Yeah, we're gonna have consensus today. We're all in agreement today. We're not gonna argue today. We are not gonna argue because this is not a day about arguing.
No.
It's a day of celebration. By the way, if you are watching this on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, whatever you're watching this on, like, share, subscribe, hit the ring-a-ling-ding-a-ling button. I stole that from somewhere. Probably get sued for it. I don't really care.
He's dead. It's fine.
He's dead. It's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Like, share, send it to your enemies because that's always funny to me. Send it to people you don't like because they're gonna be like, "What is this shit?" And you're like,
Who are these assholes?
Yeah, who are these assholes?
I hate these people.
Yeah. We should become the most hated podcast in the world, like the Insane Clown Posse were the most hated band in the world.
I don't know. Pat McAfee exists, so.
Dude, I love watching Pat McAfee. I don't care
I
what people say.
don't. I
I
hate
love
Pat
watching that dude. He
McAfee.
is hilarious, but he's crazy. He's a WWF star. What do you expect? I mean, it is what it is. What is this? What is this stuff, by the way?
Oh, shit.
What
I
is
forgot
that?
we had it there. It's just another hard drive
I didn't
and
know what it was.
memory cards and.
See, this is what happens in the middle of our podcast. Like, what is that? Like, what are we doing here? I mean, we got pins and all kinds of crazy shit
Train
on
of
the table.
thought.
It's fine. Yep. Shiny object.
Oh, what's that?
Ooh, shiny object.
Son of a bitch.
All right, well, let's get to the heart of the show.
Let's talk about my favorite thing, the Chiefs.
Boobs?
Oh,
Oh.
inanimate objects.
Oh, inanimate,
to go
oh.
with, yes. Football is inanimate. It's just a thing. It's a sport. It's played by people, but it's just a thing.
It's just a thing.
I mean, we can ask the teacher. He's here. He can
That
tell us.
teach?
Football? No, it's a thing.
It's a thing.
It's a noun,
Oh,
but it's
okay.
inanimate. It's not living.
So there we go.
Feels like it is sometimes.
Fuck. It will raise
All
my
right.
blood pressure
So-
on another, but
How did the going to the Super Bowl come about? Let's hear this story.
All right,
Because I know this has got to be a good story. Because
So-
I love your dad, and your dad's awesome. So let's
Yeah.
hear it.
So my dad and I been huge Chiefs fans forever, and we've had season tickets together for the last decade or so. So go to almost all the games together. You know, hot, cold, negative 28 wind chill.
They're fucking crazy.
We were at that game. That was wild. But after the AFC Championship, he always calls, or I call him, and we chat about the game, how it was, everything like that. And I got a call from him, and I go, hey, what's up? What did you think of that game? And he didn't even say anything about that. He immediately goes, do you want to go to the Super Bowl? And I go, are you fucking kidding me?
That's appropriate. That is the appropriate answer.
Yeah, and
Perfect
he
response.
goes, no, I'll buy you a ticket. And I lost it. I started crying, and I got choked up and everything. And my wife came in, and she kind of thought I was,
Like something bad
something
happened?
bad happened. But I said something about Super Bowl, and I'm pretty sure she just rolled her eyes and walked away. I don't know. Maybe
It's
she
like,
thought.
whatever, fucker.
Yeah, maybe she thought I was just so excited, which of course I was excited about going to the Super Bowl, but yeah, I was like, okay. I went over to my parents' house and booked the tickets, booked the flight, and made it a real short trip. Flew out Saturday, came back on Monday. It was not really a Vegas trip, it was a Super Bowl trip. But
Where'd you guys stay at?
so the tickets were not cheap to the Super Bowl.
We don't need.
obviously.
We don't need to know how much it was.
no,
We
don't need
know.
to know that.
We know how much it was,
But that applies. So
Yeah.
the tickets were not cheap to the Super Bowl, so we tried to save as much as possible, and we went to Circus Circus to stay.
How much was your room a night there? Was it like $36?
fuck, not during the Super Bowl. It was probably like $200.
It was. It was.
Circus,
I think it was like 120, and then there's
That's
the
horseshit.
resort fees
That's
and all that stuff.
horseshit.
Yeah, it
For
was.
2 nights, that's horseshit.
Yeah.
No, it was elephant shit. They were in their room and they smelled elephant shit the whole time. Like, I'm at fucking
Pretty much,
circus.
but-
circus.
Were there a lot of kids there?
At Circus Circus?
Yeah.
No, I don't know if I saw a single. No, I saw a few.
Super
but-
Bowl, man. It was just adults staying wherever the fuck they could.
Yeah,
true.
yeah,
That's
absolutely.
valid.
But even
That's
so, I looked up when I was there, and on the day of the Super Bowl, you could still get a room at Circus Circus. So I think they just have enough capacity in Vegas.
That's
to-
because nobody wanted to go there.
yeah, it was.
Nobody wanted to go
Dude,
there.
you gotta save where you can. Those
No,
tickets
yeah.
are fucking expensive.
Yeah.
No, I get it.
Yeah,
I would have been like, hey, what's off the strip that
Right.
that we can stay at?
But I will say, what was nice is did a little gambling at Circus Circus, and the table minimums were a lot. Because I like to play, blackjack, table games, things like that. Table minimums were a lot more affordable than Mandalay Bay, where the Super Bowl was at. We got there early, and I'm like, I'll play a little bit, and it was probably for the Super Bowl, but the blackjack, $30 a hand minimum, things like that. No.
Not my
Yeah.
style.
At
Not
Mandalay?
my speed.
Yeah, Mandalay.
Oh
But
my
that was on the
God.
day of the Super Bowl, so they might have just been, jacking the prices.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
I mean,
yeah.
Caesars and Bellagio are always like
25
at least
at least,
25
yeah.
minimum
Yeah,
there. And it's
yeah.
like,
Unless you catch it during the weekday during the day, then you can get a 15. But that's the cheapest I've ever seen. Is like 15.
and that's why I don't play those casinos.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why we stay downtown.
I love downtown though. I fucking.
That's where we stayed when we were
Yeah.
there a couple weeks ago. The elephants upstairs are running wild today.
Sorry guys, there's a herd.
You know,
Somebody's kid.
I
Get your
know.
kid under control, bro.
I can't. She's
Jeez.
wild. Toddler age.
Jeez. 3-year-olds running around here like they own the place.
All right, so we asked where you stayed, but I want to know, what did you fly out on?
Okay, so we flew out and back on United, and I just booked as quick as I could. I didn't think, they might add more flights, they might do this, they might do that. Flight out, we had to get a layover in Denver. No big deal. It was like a 2.5-hour layover. It was going to be fine.
Did you poop on the floor there?
Why is that a thing in United?
No, you were in Denver.
Yeah, Denver. I mean,
It's football season still. You go
Broncos.
shit on the Broncos.
Shit, they hadn't sniffed a football game in over a month. I wasn't worried about that. But
How dare you disrespect
so-
Russell Wilson like that?
fuck the donkeys.
what sucked was, so we were supposed to land at like 6 p.m. on Saturday, a little bit of time to get settled, everything like that. Well, on Saturday, we get there just fine, but Saturday, Denver had like an ice storm. So we get
That
on
sucks.
we get on the plane, They have to de-ice. They have to de-ice. They have to de-ice. They de-iced the plane a total of 3 times. We were supposed to take off, I don't know, 5 o'clock. We didn't take off until 7:30 Denver time.
Jesus.
And that was, or maybe 7. We were sitting in the plane for 2 hours before we took off. My biggest concern is, I don't care if we get there at 3 a.m. I want this plane to take off and land in Vegas so I can go to the game. My dad and I were even talking about, like, if this plane isn't going to take off, are we going to get a rental car and just drive overnight? Which
Absolutely.
Absolutely. we will.
Absolutely.
So,
For the Super Bowl?
Fuck the snowstorm.
Yeah, well, what the hell's
Yeah.
I'm going to do?
We need a 4-wheel drive vehicle, and we're
yeah.
on the way.
So, all's
Smash
well that
the
ends
Utah.
well. We got there and got settled in and got ready for the Super Bowl the next day.
Did you guys do any of the event shit that was going on, or was there anything cool to do?
So
Like around you?
with our ticket, we booked our ticket through like the NFL On Location, the official partners of the NFL, blah blah blah,
Okay.
all that stuff. Just because my dad didn't want to risk doing like any shady stuff where the ticket might not have worked, and this was
course.
guaranteed through the NFL, and that got us a pre-party.
Oh, nice.
And so it was really, really cool. It was all inclusive, food, drinks, whatever.
Where was that at?
It was at where the NFL experience was the days prior.
Oh,
So
okay.
where like you could do like the obstacle course, and it had all like they had a mini version of the Pro Football Hall of Fame in there, things like that.
Nice.
That's
So
really
before-
cool.
Yeah, before the game they sectioned it off, and it was only the people that had the pass, and so it was great being able to talk, because all of my conversation with fans was, are you going to the game, are you not? 90% of the fans that were there were not going to the game, which
I would say they were probably
makes
just
sense.
out there for the experience.
Out there
to
for
be
the
around
experience. Tons of 49ers fans, because that's like an 8-hour drive.
there. Bang,
So
bang,
close.
Niners gang.
Yeah.
Fucking lamos.
Oh, the amount of times I heard, we're going for 6, baby, we're going for 6 before, and they
I
were
feel like that's like a horns down moment. Shut up. No, you're not.
Guess what? You don't have 6.
Yeah,
you
you
got
don't
5.
have 6.
And we got
bitch.
4. Second bitch.
No, but even the 49ers fans were pretty good, with one exception. The morning of the Super Bowl, I was down. My dad was getting ready. I was down gambling a little bit, just minding my own business, and this guy just cornered me out of nowhere. Just because
Did
I
you
was
have
wearing,
Chiefs gear
yeah,
on?
I had Chiefs
Yeah.
gear on, but there was other people with Chiefs gear on. I don't know why he zeroed in on me, and he was saying, "Oh, you guys got no chance. You got no chance. You don't even care about football. All you care about is Taylor Swift. The Chiefs are completely about Taylor Swift." And I was like, well, we're in the Super Bowl, and I was just kind of like, I was thrown off. And he's like, oh, you look like I'm getting under your skin, just like the 49ers getting under the Chiefs' skin. And he just kept going on and on and on, and I was just like,
Sounds like me and the Raiders guys.
Yeah. Well, those people from the Bay Area, they're all kind of dickheads.
Which, you're entitled to your opinion, but man, I wish I would have saw that guy after the game. I did. I looked around when we got back to Circus Circus. I was like, am I seeing this? I didn't see him, but
He
I
would have
would've-
tried to fight you,
He,
though.
no, he was looking for his Marshawn Lynch moment.
Yep.
You a Niners fan?
Wow, did I send that to you?
No, I saw it.
Oh my
was
god,
so
that was
funny.
epic.
That
It
was
was so awesome.
It was
I
so
said that,
funny.
I was like,
Fuck
fuck you.
That was hilarious.
I
That
love
was an amazing
That's
video. That's
good.
part of the reason why I love Marshawn Lynch. I wasn't.
He gives zero
Oh,
fucks.
0 fucks given. Zero.
Know he's a fucking Niners hater because he's from the
He
Oakland
played for-
area and he played for the
Seattle.
Seahawks. So there's
Yeah.
2 things. He's like division rival and then cross Bay rival. He fucking hates them.
Well, yeah, because
he does.
he went to California. Got to be just like him and Aaron Rodgers. I mean, they were there at the same time, obviously, with California, but they both fucking hate San Francisco because neither one of them drafted him, and neither one of them ever wanted him. So,
I'm good with them.
yeah.
Fuck the Niners. I got no problem with
So,
them.
you sent me a video, which I did text you, and I told you, I was like, bro, you got to go live. But I didn't know you were going live, so I couldn't really watch it at the time. But, like, you went live. You guys, how far from the top were you?
Okay, so you guys went to a Chiefs Raiders game in
Yep,
Vegas,
we've
right?
been
We sat by where the DJ was.
Okay, so I was on the opposite side, but so I would have been like, if I would have guessed yard line, like 5-yard line maybe, and so I was technically back row, but towards the 50-yard line, the back row is a lot higher because it like kind of escalates up.
Yeah.
So my seats weren't horrible. I mean, they weren't.
Oh, I'm looking at it right now.
No, I guess not five.
Which
Side of the end zone, but yeah. But no, they weren't bad. The whole section, I don't know if I accidentally bought a ticket in a 49er section. That sounds like something I would probably accidentally do.
Hey man, you were at the game. That's all that
Yeah,
matters.
but
shit,
the
you should
entire
invite
section,
me.
as it started filling up, I was like, oh shit, this is a lot of 49ers fans. Either the entire Super Bowl is going to be filled with 49ers fans, which it was more pro 49ers than Chiefs, whatever. You know, we've been there.
They're
done that.
closer.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say it's like what, 4 hours, 3 hours, something like that from the Bay Area to Vegas.
Dude, the
So-
flight is super quick.
Even
It's
the
a
drive, I
really quick
mean-
flight,
Yeah,
yeah.
they said the drive was like something like 8.
Really?
Because I met some fans that were even a fan.
Oh,
that
I guess
was
San
at the
Francisco
Super
is the
Bowl.
in
It's
the
like
upper
going here to
part.
Denver
Yeah, that's true.
to Dallas.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I was like, oh shit, this is going to be like, we're just going to be surrounded by 49ers fans. But luckily, the one person to the right of me and the 2 people to the left of my dad were Chiefs fans. So
Good.
at least there was like
Nice.
the 5 of
Good.
us. And
Absolutely.
So yeah, that was good. And then, you know, after that, super boring game, nothing to report. It was just,
We'll get to that part here in a minute. We'll talk about that. So what'd your dad think of the game? Was he in heaven the whole time?
He thought it was amazing. I think both of us were just in awe the entire time. Really, the only if I had to give a negative about the game, and I didn't even think about it beforehand, is it's the Super Bowl. Of course, the commercial breaks are going to be a hell of a lot longer than regular games.
Yeah.
And even regular NFL games
Yeah.
are too long. So it was like
There's a lot of downtime.
a lot of downtime, a lot of sitting like.
I didn't think about
anytime,
that, but
yeah.
that makes
You
sense.
got like 5-minute commercial breaks.
Yeah,
you're
that
like,
makes
Jesus
sense.
Christ, come on,
Yeah.
where's it at?
Yeah, especially in the first half when not a lot was going on. It was like, okay, game's on, this is great. And then, there's a break, time to sit down for 5 minutes. So another weird thing that you don't think of is you guys saw on TV the fireworks, the flyovers, all that stuff. In the dome, you don't see any of that.
Right. Yeah.
So it's just like,
I've never
We made fun
understood
of this.
Yeah, no. I've never understood why they do fireworks on the outside or do
Or flyovers. It makes
absolutely
zero
no
sense.
Like if it was in Dallas at Jerry's World, where the center of the stadium opens up and you can see the flyover, that makes sense. However, you're in a completely domed
Even SoFi, doesn't SoFi have
SoFi
glass?
opens.
And so
Yeah.
does Minnesota. Like they have
SoFi
glass so you can
opens.
actually
Yeah.
see things. That makes more sense. I don't know.
Yeah.
Weird, but that's what we do in this country.
Yeah. So what did you do after the game?
so after the game, man, we were just exhausted. It was a emotionally draining game. Like I said, there was only 5 of us Chiefs fan in the section, so I needed to be as loud as I possibly could. So it was a physically draining game.
I say I can still hear the twinge in your voice.
Oh yeah, yeah.
From 5 days ago.
But so after the game, it was crazy getting out of there. So we didn't know if we were going to kind of explore around or if we were going to try to head back to the hotel. But we were tired. We're like, we'll just head back to,
Did you guys walk across the bridge?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Okay,
what
but
we did.
before we get to that part, I gotta ask: how long did you stay? Like,
After-
were you there for the whole trophy?
Oh, yeah.
presentation? Like,
Stayed-
did you go down, or did you stay up in your seats?
I went down to the bottom of the upper deck, yeah, like the first row of the upper deck, and we did all the trophy stuff, stayed, hung out. So probably after the game was over, we stayed a good 30, 40 minutes.
Nice.
Maybe more, I don't know. At that point, what was time? I was just on fucking cloud 9. So, but then after that, yeah, it was a pain in the ass to get back to try to get an Uber. The 3-mile Uber took 40 minutes to get to us because it was just like jam packed from
Oh, yeah.
Mandalay Bay.
Yeah.
And then it was a nice, for a 3-mile Uber, it was like $85.
God
something like
damn.
that. It was not cheap. And then the Uber driver was pissed and kind of took it out on me and my dad a little bit, but kind of reined it in because he was trying to avoid Mandalay Bay, but he accidentally accepted the ride. And by the time he got in the line, he couldn't get out. So he was like venting to us. I'm like, it's not our fault you took the ride. Like,
bitch,
on
you're
you,
the one
dude.
that accepted the fucking.
your problem.
Yeah, you
Like,
could
if
have
you-
you could have canceled it.
I was gonna
you could have
say-
canceled it at any
I
time.
was gonna say, you got us a little bit of ways away when you're complaining. Yeah, why don't you just drop us off here? I'll dispute the ride and I'll get another one for cheaper. But no, and
That
then
would've been a
just
good call.
went and my dad was real wore out after that, and he was like, "You mind if I go up and go to bed?" I'm like, "No, you do whatever you want to." And so I just kind of hung out, walked around, did a little bit more gambling. But again, it was Circus, so it wasn't the epicenter of everything, but it was just. it was
Still would've been fun.
Yeah, it was a blast, the game. And then we flew out pretty early the next morning. Our flight was at 10:30, and of course the news was like, this is gonna be a crazy day to fly out of Vegas. You need to get there early. So
Totally probably didn't need to be there that early.
No. We left the hotel 3 hours before our flight. sat at our gate for 2 hours and 30 minutes, basically.
Yeah, cruised right through security.
I was were you in there tomahawk chopping with the rest of the Chiefs fans?
Oh yeah, it was that flight back was direct, which was good. The flight back was direct to Kansas City, so it was 100% Chiefs fans. And what was funny was the gate attendant was a 49ers fan. She still had like 49ers little thing on her lapel. So every 20 minutes she'd get on and try to fuck with us. She'd be like, if you are going to Kansas City, unfortunately your flight has been delayed. Unfortunately. And the first time or two she'll like get some of us. I'm like, oh, but then it just kept getting more and more. But it was fun. It was a good time, good vibes on that flight back. So
Good. Well, I will say this: you missed a fun little get together here. That went from 10 people to 4 of us. In a matter of hours. We did party our ass off.
sometimes the smaller the better.
No, it's funny because the 1 year that we lost the Super Bowl, me and him we weren't together.
It was the COVID year.
It was the COVID year.
So we're separated.
And we were separated. We could have made it work,
it's your
but
fault.
yeah, it was our fault. We own it. Happens.
Yeah.
But next year we got together. And then this year it's like,
We haven't missed since.
we have not missed since.
You're welcome,
So,
Kansas
yeah,
City.
you're welcome.
We have done this for you.
We did that.
I gotta ask though.
We did that.
I've always wanted to know, because I've never been there and I want to go. Did you snag any confetti? Were you able to get any?
Well, I was going to say, how did you not go down and try to like snag some shit out of it?
So that's the thing. It was so quartered off where, and you guys will have to tell me because you went. They only allowed us to go in and out of one entrance.
Yeah, it wasn't like that for us.
So it was like you could only go in and out of one entrance. We entered on the side where it was the walkway.
Mm-hmm.
Our entrance was all the way around on the other side, but then they like sectioned us off to our seats, which were somewhere in the middle. And since it's a dome, there's no wind to blow that confetti around.
Right.
So it went up about
just fell right down.
30 yards in the air or whatever and fell right down. So I was pretty disappointed because I was really going to try to grab some confetti, grab some
If you
stuff
could have
like
got
that.
down there, I'd have been yelling at players, be like, "Bro,
Give me some!
Bro, give me! I just need a handful.
Just give me your hat.
Just put it in here. I need a handful."
But you couldn't even get to those lower. The security was so tight. I was like, okay, I'm going to walk around the concourse.
Goddamn Taylor Swift.
She ruins
She
everything.
ruined it, man.
Definitely not the Super Bowl. It was all Taylor Swift.
Fucking ruined it, man.
But another thing that I thought was interesting, and it might have just been because it was a dome. I'm so used to Arrowhead, not that the concourses in Arrowhead are like huge and expansive. It just felt like those concourses were small.
So when we were there, the concourses were small, but like everything flowed really well.
Except for at halftime.
Well, halftime was
And
a
I
little
feel
bit
like
crazy.
His whole experience was probably,
probably
like
halftime.
halftime
Yeah, that's
because
probably
it was
true.
the Super Bowl, so it's
Yeah.
probably like just crazy congested the whole time. And I didn't like that part. When it
Did
was
you get any
congested,
souvenirs?
Didn't love it.
They gave us a towel for it, got a shirt, but one of the coolest souvenirs was my Usher halftime badge.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So if you were looking at the stands during the Usher, because I'm sure that's what everyone looks at the halftime show is the stands.
That's where I
and
was
what's
trying. I
going
was trying
on.
to find you.
I was like,
so-
where is he?
so-
Where's Waldo?
Flash your light.
There.
Flash.
But no, it's so like I guess with like some concerts they give you like a wristband, so like flashes and things like that. But with this, it was like a lanyard with a badge on it, and one side it was just like a picture of Usher or whatever, said like halftime show. But the other side, it like flipped the side out. I should have brought it. I don't know why I left it at home. Was a light that would flash and sync to the show.
Oh, okay.
Which that was cool during the show.
That's
And
kind of
then-
cool.
Yeah, that is pretty
and
dope.
then afterwards, that was like your badge of honor. If you were wearing your Usher lanyard, like even some people at Circus Circus, you could go up to them and strike up a conversation knowing they went to the game. So that was kind of cool. But I mean, the battery died shortly after that, so now it's just a badge with Usher's
Fucking
face on
cheap
it.
ass.
Fucking NFL
Usher.
with those Amazon batteries that die like an hour after use.
The
Come on,
Rayvac.
man.
The Rayvac
God
batteries.
Damn. Come on,
Well,
NFL.
Here's what we do. I'll replace the battery, and when because I guess our wives are going to an
Oh,
Usher
yeah.
concert. I just learned about this 40 minutes ago.
Oh, you didn't know about this
no,
yet?
I didn't.
Oh.
Maybe maybe what my wife told me, but I probably wasn't
What
listening.
night was that?
listening.
I think it was Monday night. I think. She's like, they just announced where they're gonna be, but Usher's not gonna be in town. I want to buy tickets, and I was like, well, fucking buy tickets. I mean, whatever. She's like, well, they're in St. Louis. Okay, buy a ticket. She's like, well, I think I should ask Katie, and I'm like, okay, well then ask Katie. I was like, yeah.
How many times did you have to say buy tickets?
That's what I fucking told her. She doesn't listen to me. You've met my wife. She doesn't
few
listen to
times.
me. I mean, fuck, you knew her before I did.
That's true.
He's been in the family, what, a year and a half longer than me? 2 years?
Yeah, 2010.
So
No,
3 years.
Yeah.
2010, 2011, something.
No, 2011. Yeah.
2011. Okay, so 2 years.
Yep.
Roughly. It's your fault. I'm in that family, you fucker. It's your fault.
I gave you an out.
No, you didn't.
All you
No,
had to do
you
was
kicked
text
me out of your house.
Well,
You
but I
kicked
told
me out of your
you could
house.
text me, and well, I'll
I
come
know.
give you an excuse.
I know.
But you never texted me.
You're right, I didn't.
So
I have no one to
My
blame.
fault.
I'm in that family except for Cinco de Mayo and shots of shitty Montezuma tequila
In Lawrence. It was the tequila.
in Lawrence. Yeah.
everything you just said to me was. All parts of that are terrible.
So, yeah, our little party at the house was fun. Tough Tony did his thing upstairs back and forth, and we were
He had
yelling
no
at the
interest
TV.
in the game
No,
whatsoever.
No, he didn't. We yelled at the TV like hooligans, which I'm proud of us.
I almost punched a hole in your ceiling.
You did.
Sorry about that.
You didn't? No, it's fine. I get it.
I didn't, but
No, but you were about-
Ceiling's better than
you're about this
TV.
close.
So.
Well, I jumped. I
Yeah, he jumped.
literally
He was like,
jumped off the couch. So
Like
it's
a-
like, oh
my
god,
God.
that's
Like a
silly.
Mario
Oh my
jump.
God.
And let's be real. I'm fat. It's just a short ceiling because it's a basement. Guy.
Yeah, it's
That's all.
like a 6.5 foot ceiling, maybe 7.
It's not like I
Just
really got
basement.
off the ground. I could have probably touched it if I would.
There might have been a credit card you could swipe on it. He does not have the hops.
That is accurate.
His vertical is like maybe 2 inches.
Hey, I can
The
clear
size
a
of
credit
his
card. That is all
wiener.
that matters.
He can barely jump over his own wiener because it's tiny.
That's accurate.
It gets the job done.
Here's your facts. Facts, people.
Only the facts, folks. Only the facts. Just the facts. So, let's talk about the game itself.
That was a good one.
How much were you cussing? Because I know how much of a major sports fan you were. Because I know how he is. I also know how you were. And it was touch and go at times.
Let's be
You were
honest.
so
the
angry.
first- the
You were
first
so
half,
angry,
I
man.
was
Yeah.
You were
very
so fucking
upset,
angry.
Very upset. And I assume you were probably about the same.
Yes. Yeah. First half sucked. First half, I had a lot of, and I told myself I wasn't. My dad and I talked. Doesn't matter if we win or lose, we're here. First half, I was like, fuck, my dad spent all this money, and then we're gonna lose the damn game. Like this can't happen.
Goddamn
So-
Chiefs, pull your head out your ass.
Yeah. So
You could have
that.
bought a brand new car. Instead, we're here, and you better fucking win. God damn it!
Yeah.
Like, God damn.
Yeah. But first half, very halftime show. I'm not a huge Usher fan. I like some of his songs. I was like, Usher is gonna be great, whatever. Being there, it was incredible. Just seeing them set up the stage, seeing all the transitions, everything like that. I was having a blast. Lil Jon turned down for what?
Yes.
Man.
What did I say? What did I say? I was like, where's the little Asian guy
When I
holding the
heard
TV?
that-
Yes, yes. I was like, that's all I need right now. And I was like, I immediately thought of you because I was like, I almost texted you. Turn down for Lot. I almost did. I almost did because I was like, there it
Unofficial
is,
name.
right there,
Or
right
is it
there.
official? I don't
No,
even
it's
know.
official.
It's the
It's
official name of our little
Yeah.
plots.
Turn down for
But
Lot.
yeah, I was like, can I get my phone out and get a video fast enough? And I'm like, no, I'm just gonna enjoy the moment. But and then yeah, so I was pretty worked up. And like I said, I was trying to be as loud as possible when the Chiefs were on defense because we were surrounded by 49ers fans. But really, it seemed like we were surrounded by a lot of people that were just picking a team. Bandwagon, or because I guess everyone hates the Chiefs now. We're the new villains, is what
I'm okay with that.
is
I
what
love
they're
it.
trying
I'm
to
okay
say.
with that.
Love
And
it.
so there was a lot of 49ers-esque stuff, and well, it was kind of hard. All of it was red and gold and stuff, so you'd have to kind of look on some of them, especially if they were like knockoff looking stuff.
See what he had is he had a bunch of Bengals and Ravens fans who bought tickets early
yeah,
and thought
yeah.
they were going, and they get there and they're like,
They're like,
Oh, gotta
I'm not rooting for the Chiefs, so I'm gonna go get some of this burgundy and gold shit.
Yeah.
fucking
But
fair
speaking,
weather.
yeah, one
fans.
more thing about the weirdest thing I saw was when I was in the bathroom, I saw a guy in a Priest Holmes jersey, all-time KC great.
Did you tell him you love him?
No,
I think it
it's
was
Jamal
Jamal
Charles.
My
I
bad,
love
my bad,
Jamal
I'm
Charles.
sorry.
Side
I'm
note:
sorry.
speaking of Vegas, I did one time see Jamal Charles at the Las
At
Vegas
the
airport,
airport.
and I had
A lot to
bottomless mimosa brunch right before the flight. It was the flight out
Got it right.
one time, and I knew it was him. Like I was like, I don't want to say it's him, and it's not him. But he literally was sitting on the ground. He had his. He was flying Southwest for some reason. This is
So,
during his plane.
Jamal
career.
Charles flew out on our flight going out there. This was for.
Oh yeah. 'Cause we were there
He
the
flew
same
out
time.
on our flight, and I seen him. And I told him later, I was like, he flew out on our flight, and he was like, "Oh, I hope I see him at the airport. I hope it's."
And
Finish your story now.
So I see his boarding pass it says Charles, comma Jamal. And I go, my brother's there too. My brother is the type of go do anything, like no regrets, like I'm gonna do
YOLO.
anything. I don't think
YOLO
I
to
don't
the
think
shit.
he can be embarrassed. He's that kind of guy. So he's like, you gotta go say something. I'm like, what am I gonna say? He goes, doesn't matter. Like Jamal Charles still, I'm probably number 2 after Patrick Mahomes now, but my all-time favorite, just the way, when I was in high school, college, was Jamal. Maybe college and after, but so I walk up to him, and again,
Here it comes, folks.
I'd had a few drinks, just a few, and I go, just very smooth. I walk up to him and I go, "Hey Jamal." He looks up at me and I go, "I don't want to bother you, but I just want to tell you I love you."
It's one of the greatest drunk Elliot stories ever.
He mumbles something,
Get
and
the
I
fuck
can
away from
tell. I was like, that wasn't the right thing to say.
Nope.
So I walk away, and then he was on my same flight, but he boarded early, and he was on the flight, hood up, headphones on, looking against the window, probably trying to avoid any dumbasses like me. So
It's like, get that creepy dude away from me.
So I hope you
Yeah.
see him again. And next time,
You have to tell me you love him
him.
again.
Just go up to him and go,
Horns down, bitch.
or I would be like, hey, do you remember me back from 20 whatever? Because was
He
that
probably would. He'd be
was
like,
that an awkward
You're
enough
like, oh, I
experience?
fucking- Oh, yeah.
It's like, you
Yeah.
motherfucker. But no, what I was trying to say was this Priest Holmes jersey. That's fine, whatever. But it looked like a jersey that he got at Walmart when Priest Holmes was playing. Like it was that.
was it all like faded
It was
and like
faded
like
and
peeling
cracked and all that.
Oh yeah.
It was like I
Oh,
didn't even want to wear my Mahomes jersey because it has like one crack on the one. I'm like, this is the Super Bowl. You got to look good. And I'm like, this dude. Maybe he was really trying to save money and didn't want to buy any new Chiefs gear since 2003 or whatever. But I just thought
Yeah,
I was
that's
like,
about right.
man, that is not only a throwback, but that is a well-worn throwback. So I thought that was just showed his
Derek
love for
Thomas
the
jersey.
game, I guess.
hey, that's what I did. I went
No,
DT.
Derek- I know you did.
I mean, I had
I
to.
know.
It was
No, I
58.
know.
Like,
I know.
how could I not?
No, I know. I know.
Yeah.
But you had your shirt you wore. Did you wear DT last year?
I did wear DT last
Okay.
year. And I've worn the same T-shirt
Yeah, underneath.
for all Super Bowls that we
Yeah,
have
yeah.
worn. Because the first one had that T-shirt.
Mhm.
Second year wore a different one because we were on a different win streak.
Yep.
Lost it. Never
Went back.
again.
Went back.
Never again. Every Super
Yeah.
Bowl since, same T-shirt.
I haven't worn anything that has red on it the entire time that we've or the 3 Super Bowls that we've won. I haven't worn red,
It's
and I can't do it. Yeah, it's superstition shit. You can't.
So that's like
superstitious.
my tailgating group. Our superstition is apparently a pretty expensive superstition because there's 3 main people that go. Me and 2 of my buddies that tailgate, well, including, and then my dad. So it's the 4 of us that are always tailgating together, and then other people would come and go, everything like that. One of my buddies went to the first 49ers Super Bowl. Went to the game. We won. None of us from our tailgating group went to the Buccaneers. We lost. Last year, another one of my buddies from the group went to that. Eagles. We won.
Oh,
I went
shit.
to this.
That's
we
about to be
won.
expensive.
So
You know what we have to do now, right? We gotta get season tickets next year, and one of us has to go to the Super Bowl.
There you
Bro, I can't afford that. I can't afford. Well, no.
well, it sounds like
No.
I'm gonna get a second
No.
mortgage on this
Hey,
house.
hey, no. If we go to the Super Bowl, we have to go together because we can't be apart for the Super Bowl. We've already played that
That is
once,
true. That is true.
and
Jesus.
that's how we lost.
I will say it will probably be cheaper than Vegas. It is in New Orleans.
I would imagine so because I think last year before last, the average ticket price was like $4,000, and like the average ticket price for
was over 8.
was like 8.
Yeah,
I think the
slightly over
lowest
that.
the lowest I ever saw, because I was just intrigued afterwards that we already had our tickets, but the lowest I saw at all was like a single ticket on StubHub for like $5,900 for this game.
I was like,
Jesus
I think
Christ.
I think I seen one for like $6,000 like $4, which is nuts.
That extra
That's
$4
fucking
was
nuts.
the kicker, you know.
Hey man,
Dude,
But,
not to mention the goddamn service fees.
yeah, so
That's what kills
speaking
me.
of that, I won't say how much we spent on our tickets, but on the 2 tickets, so the 2 tickets combined, the service fees were $2,800.
oh my god.
What?
The service, not the
Are
tickets.
you
the
shitting me?
service
Oh, that
fees were
hurts.
$2,800.
That hurts so bad.
God damn,
Yeah.
bro.
God, why?
Yeah, it was
Fuck.
wild.
That's
So-
insane.
So
Wait, was that Ticketmaster? Don't they all go through Ticketmaster? Isn't that the
yeah,
official
it was
now?
the on location.
It's that 10 per-
Ticketmaster,
it's
you
that-
motherfuckers.
What is it? 3% I think is what their service fee is.
They're such assholes.
So that would make sense.
well, they
Yeah, it's
just
like
jack it up all the
3%.
goddamn.
Yeah.
Well, it's like the wife was looking just, because it's in Vegas. We were just curious how much a room was, and at I want to say it was at Caesar's Palace. Saturday night, the price of a room there was $1,400.
That's what I'm saying.
I was like,
Circus,
that's fucking
circus,
insane,
man.
bro.
Circus,
That
circus.
is
Who were
insane.
down there?
No fucking way.
That's nuts.
I'm not paying
No.
that. I can't do it.
No, and like when we went to Vegas for my birthday, like they were getting everything set up. Like when we went to Bellagio, because like
Yeah.
that's out in front of the Bellagio is where they had all the network stages set up.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, "I wonder what those are from." I'm like, that's for the Super Bowl. But like there were still remnants of the F1 race that went through there, which was crazy because like how they were peeling off the.
Wasn't that the one that nobody went to?
Yes. People were there. They just didn't pay for it.
Yeah, the problem
Yeah,
was
they
they
were
couldn't get
peeling
people to
off
sell
all
them,
the-
and they were like,
yeah.
"Here, just get locals to go. We just need people in the fucking stands. Let's go."
Yeah. They lost money on that, but it happens.
Speaking of events, what was crazy, I didn't even realize there was a LIV golf
Yes.
Yeah,
thing going
at the
on.
same time.
Yeah, same time. I talked to an Uber driver and he said, "Yep, every day they paused on Sunday for the Super Bowl, like give it its space or whatever, and then right back at it." And it's like, man. Another Uber driver said, "I was like, is this the biggest weekend that you've seen?" He goes, "It's a big weekend, but there's some crazy big like this coming weekend." He said that there was some conference that was going to bring in 250,000, like a big work
Damn.
type conference. So Vegas is just always going.
I would
They
say
got the consumer,
electronic show.
Yeah,
No,
that-
CES got canceled.
but every year that brings in a lot.
Oh, yeah,
for the
yeah.
most
Well,
part. Like that's got to
like-
be a big one too.
Well, it's like that, and then like the week after we were there, which is the week before the Super Bowl, I think is SHOT Show, where it's like all the gun nut people go out there and all that kind of stuff. Like that brings in like 500,000 people, which is insane. SEMA,
Vegas, man.
when SEMA's there,
It's so
SEMA
good.
brings in like 2 million people because people are just there to look at all the crazy car shit that goes on there, plus all the tools and the electronic, like the like speakers and stereos and like all that crazy shit. So Vegas is nuts.
Yeah.
And it's
It
about
is.
to get even crazier because now all the sports teams are legitimately going there. Like I would imagine.
They're about to get an NBA team too.
Oh, that's what I was about to say. Oakland will be there in 2 years because I don't think they're going to get their field ready in time. But they'll either play at UNLV or I think where is it? Was it the Area 51s or something like that? There's another AAA ballpark around there somewhere. But yeah, and then LeBron James has already said he wants to be one of the principal owners of the first team to go to Vegas. If that man wants it, it's going to happen.
Dude, I was listening to Cowherd earlier today. The buy-in for that franchise is supposed to be $5 billion.
Per person?
No, just
Or for-
the franchise itself.
the
Yeah.
worth of it is going to be $5 billion
like,
right off
but
the
you're
bat.
gonna have to buy
Wow.
off. Like they're gonna have like a market price of you need to buy in for this $5 billion
Yeah.
franchise. That's insane for a fucking NBA franchise.
Yeah. NFL, I
get
can
enough
see
people,
it, but
though.
NBA, damn.
Now, NBA makes more sense because there's more games, and especially in Vegas. Like, I really wanted to go when we were out there to a Knights game,
Yeah.
the Golden Knights. I really want to go. Like, I don't know if you like hockey or not, but I want to go to an NHL game at a stadium, not at Sprint Center or T-Mobile, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Like, I really want to go to one of those, but it'll probably never happen. But, like, I feel like an NBA team there will probably be one of the most expensive tickets to get outside of, like, the Garden or Boston.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
Or the Lakers.
Yeah, or the Lakers, yeah. Or, yeah, there's a handful of teams that are
Because
like that. 'Cause
anytime-
when we went to Dallas, Those
were bad.
Those were what,
We got
50
those
bucks?
Pretty cheap.
It was like
I don't know,
$52
for
and
an NBA game,
we
I was
sat
like,
lower level
we were
because
low. We were close.
That's because of DB. Because that little bitch can't.
sit upstairs.
I'm scared of heights. I can't fly on the airplane. I want to go play golf, but I can't fly on the airplane to go to cool places. Hope you're listening to this, you fucker.
He doesn't listen.
I know
You know
he
why?
doesn't.
'Cause
He's a little bitch.
fucking douche.
Little bitch.
That's why his name
He
is
squeaks.
DB.
He squeaks.
Squeaks like 15, 16 more times.
Call me a little bitch.
Whatever,
15
little
or 16
bitch.
more times and I'm out. Whatever, little bitch.
Oh my god. It's true. True story.
So we are the champions
Yeah.
for 364 more days.
For the first time ever, you and I both picked on the same side.
We did.
Which is
We did.
crazy.
And so we haven't got episode 40 out because we have some technical issues going on. What'd you do?
We're working on it. No, you're good.
Oh, okay. We got some technical issues going on, but I was actually, because I figured it out, editing-wise, I was going to put up a graphic on the scene for all three of us, since me, you, and Simmons all had about the same scores, and I was only off by 3 points total.
You said 27-21,
I
so
did.
you were real close.
I
You're
did.
like a
Wow.
point.
Yep.
That is real
Like,
close.
yeah.
I was 3 points. 2 one way, 1 point the other way.
Speaking of good years, the Fat Four ended at 29, 24, and 4.
Nice. Well played, sir. Well played. You were 5 games above 500.
Bam!
I like it. I like it.
That's it. That's all I have for that.
No,
I'm
yeah, I
just
know.
excited
I know.
to be
It's
5
good.
games over
No, I like it.
500.
I enjoyed the Fat Four this year. I'm kind of sad that it's going away. I was going to talk to you. We need to come up with something else for this.
Oh, we'll have more. Actually,
I feel like
we
baseball-
have an award ceremony that I feel like we need to do.
Oh yeah, we're
before
gonna
we
have
get
a
baseball.
award
Yeah.
ceremony. We have to.
We got to get
I think-
Dequation on Coitur to join us again for the awards. I feel like that'd be a fun show.
Yeah. If he can't make it, we could always bring John in. John needs to come on the show, and he'd be a great one for that. Stories McGee himself. I love you, John. Just fucking with you. He was there for episode 40. He rolled in the middle. That was entertaining.
It
Hey,
was. It
what
was
are
a
you
surprise.
doing?
Where did that come from? What's this? What's going on? So yeah. So we won
We did.
back to back. We, yes, I'm going to say we.
Yeah, we
it's a
did
royal
that.
we because you know why?
He was there. He did
We can
that
say
too.
that,
Yeah,
yeah.
we did that. We were
thing.
together, and he was there.
Yeah.
We did that.
It's a thing.
We did that. We don't really have to. We don't really have to talk about the
In
game either.
overtime, I just want to say thank you to. I guess it didn't matter because there was the field goal they kicked, but the Bills for switching those rules up. You know.
That's their own fault.
That's
That's their own
favorite
fault.
part of
That is
all of this.
that is absolutely the best part about the whole situation is the fact that they cried about that after Kansas City said, "Hey,
Maybe we
this
should change
isn't
this.
fair," and everyone's
they're
like,
"Fuck
"No."
you.
2 years
Deal
later,
with it.
2 years later, we got hosed. So we'd really like to get this changed over. I was like, McDermott, that is a great idea. Josh Allen needs to be able to win because he's the future of the NFL.
He needs all the help he can get.
That he does, and that's exactly why it got changed, because they're all a bunch of fucking crybabies in Buffalo.
But yeah, so that overtime rule, what was kind of crazy is I know your guys' favorite announcer, Tony Romo, did a great job of explaining how the overtime.
So
He
I
actually
will,
did.
I will
No,
say this,
but-
we didn't listen to him
Okay.
because we were busy yelling.
Yeah, we should have known the rules because he did a good job of explaining.
He did.
it.
Because
He
He and I
absolutely
were
did.
yelling, "Call the timeout! Call the
Okay,
timeout!
okay,
What the
thank you.
fuck are you doing?" Like losing our fucking minds.
that's what we were doing in the stadium because I at least knew more than Jershik or whatever for the 49ers who said he didn't know about the overtime rules until he saw it up because they did show it on the Jumbotron right before, here are the overtime rules, and I don't know if you guys saw that.
I don't think
didn't
anybody.
show it. Yeah, we didn't see it.
I would say I don't think anybody on the 49ers knew because
No.
they didn't have a game plan.
Not for that.
They didn't have a game plan for shit for overtime.
And then there's that video that came out, like the close-up on Mahomes when the 49ers said that they would accept the ball in overtime, and he got real wide-eyed, like, what the fuck are they
They
doing?
don't know
like,
what
yeah,
they're
you can have
doing.
it.
Yeah, like
Sure.
take it,
Yeah.
take the ball because
But,
our defense is going to hold you. Our defense is going to do this.
So we thought if we didn't get that touchdown by the time that clock hit 0, it was game over, and we were like like you guys said. So you
That's
can
what
say,
we were doing.
Timeout. We got two time. I think it said 2 timeouts. We got 2 timeouts. Let's do something. Let's do something. Well, they would have just been able to run the next play.
I think that's honestly why it actually worked, is because San Francisco didn't know what was going on and they got confused as to why are they not calling a timeout? Why are they not calling a timeout? Kansas City didn't substitute anybody either,
which
which
really
caused
fucked him up.
which caused San Francisco not to be able to substitute, and lo and behold, corn dog got called.
Yep.
So good.
Yeah.
Love that fucking play. Love it so much. So much. It's
Well,
so
and then
good.
after when that touchdown was scored, we didn't notice exactly who scored it. We just jumping down, being wild, didn't have cell phone reception, so I didn't know that McCole Hardman scored that game-winning touchdown for a good hour plus after the game. We were like, who is it? And had bad cell
I blacked out.
It reminded
What do you mean you
it reminded me
blacked
of when you and I were at Game 7 of the World Series in 2014, and where we were at the standing room only,
Yeah.
we saw whoever the left, I can't even think of who that left fielder was, go to get the ball when Gordon hit the ball, and we're like, why is he not throwing the ball out? Why is he not throwing the ball out? Why is like we didn't know until we got home.
Yep.
What exactly happened on that play? It was the same exact thing, and we didn't know until way later. We're like, who scored that final touchdown? Couldn't even remember.
I blacked out. I don't even know what was going on. I blacked out. As much shit, as much trash as everybody gave for that Mercole Hardman trade, I think we got the better end of the deal.
We didn't even trade for him, did we? Just sign him?
we gave up like a seventh round pick or
sixth round,
round.
seven, and some cash.
Interesting. I
Yeah.
don't love that. I don't love that. But
Well, what was he from the Jets? The Jets
Yep.
weren't going to utilize him, and
Nope.
that was when we really needed anything, an
Yeah.
answer.
fucking God. Still,
Thank God Kadarius Toney, he won Super Bowl MVP, right? Tony did? Yeah, totally.
Which, by the way, I understand why they gave the MVP to Pat Mahomes because it's Pat Mahomes and he did orchestrate that drive.
overtime. Yes.
But in my opinion, the actual real MVP of that game was Harrison Butker.
Butker got robbed.
Hands down. He scored,
I agree.
He scored over 50. He scored more points than anybody else did.
You can give it to Butker. I have no problem with that. I also think Leo Chenal had a case. for it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I also think Trip McDuffie also had a big case for
100%.
MVP. All three of those guys, I would have had
Yep.
no complaints had they
And,
won MVP.
and I'm cool with Mahomes getting it because it seems like the quarterback is usually the one who just is getting it.
When you come down to crunch time and you drive down the field for the game-winning touchdown,
Well,
I mean that alone
It's like
is going
it's
to
like
give you
2020
MVP.
though. Mahomes should have been the MVP in 2020.
Except for he put up 21 points in the fourth quarter with less than 6 minutes to go. That is MVP worthy.
Yeah, but the wide receivers were the ones that, or the
Damian Williams
it was
was the
Damian
one
Williams
that
was the one
gave
that
up his
actually,
life.
yeah. And that's the only reason why I say that he deserved it in that one. Pat threw him the ball, but he did all the extra shit to get in the end
Yeah,
zone.
he did.
That's my only difference.
Hey,
Last
I'm
year, I think last year Pat did deserve it.
oh, his second half
Yeah,
was
it was
perfect.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
It was
And-
he
and
gained
the only
every
person-
yard he could. Literally every
100%.
yard that was possible to gain, he got it. He
And
had
the
one
only-
incompletion because he threw it.
He had to throw it away.
throw.
Yeah, he had
No,
to
but
throw
it
it
wasn't.
away.
It was like on purpose. It was.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
He
it
had
was
to,
like
he had to throw it away for because he didn't want to take a sack or whatever.
Yeah.
I would say the only other person in last year's Super Bowl that you could even say deserved a nod would be Kadarius Toney because of that one punt return. It's like the what was his name for Green Bay back in what was that 96 or whatever when he had that punt return for the touchdown that probably should have got him the MVP for what was it 96 or whatever it was.
Yeah, but
But it doesn't matter.
Like it's always going to
Yeah,
be a quarterback. in that
absolutely. Yeah,
situation.
I mean, unless you have a running back who, if it would have been the other side of the, if San Francisco would have won, you had to give, you would have had to have given that to
100%.
McCaffrey because McCaffrey, I will give credit to McCaffrey. He had a hell of a game, 80 and 80, and he busted his ass. Like,
had a touchdown.
yeah.
Should've
Even with
held
the
on to the
fumble.
ball, though, you know?
Hey, Pat doesn't throw that pick. He doesn't fumble a ball. McCaffrey doesn't fumble the ball.
Yeah.
The muff punt doesn't happen, which I don't understand why everybody is blaming. Who's their punt return?
Ray McLeod.
Yeah, Ray McLeod. Everybody's like blaming him for not just covering that ball, and I'm like, he never had the opportunity to cover it.
He did. He reached down to pick it up.
But
and run
everybody
with
does
it.
that though. Everybody does that.
But that is coaching. That's situational
Absolutely.
awareness where
Absolutely.
you have to know I'm inside my 20. If I don't fall on this
That's true.
ball, who's on the other side?
That's true.
It's fucking Patrick Mahomes.
That's
true.
Like he's going to score if I don't fall on this ball.
Yeah.
You have to fall on the ball.
Yeah.
That's just situational awareness is all it
Yeah.
is.
But Obviously, we see that San Francisco didn't want their defensive coordinator to come back, which I think is
fucking
horseshit.
dumb.
I think it's
weird.
absolutely horseshit. That dude is getting hosed, and I hope he ends up somewhere and he comes back to the 49ers and his defense just mauls the shit out of Purdy.
Agree.
And I know he probably won't be a defensive coordinator. He might be a defensive backs coach or something, linebackers coach or something like that. But I hope if he does stay in the NFL that he comes back and just smacks the shit out of Purdy. And San Francisco for that matter, because Wilkes didn't deserve that.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't deserve that at all.
He held Patrick Mahomes to 19 points in regulation.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
it's not a bad day
No,
at the office,
no,
guys.
not at all.
That and
Not
your
at all.
star linebacker went out in the fourth quarter on a freak play
And
where
that was huge.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely
that was a
huge.
big turning point
Yeah.
in the game.
100%.
For
And
sure.
the first half they held they held the Chiefs offense to 3 points. You cannot expect your defense in the second half, who's already going to be tired. I mean, Tony, which by the way, I rewatched the game last night just because it was on. There was nothing else on TV and it was on NFL Network. I did not realize when we were watching it live how many times Jim Nantz and Tony Romo both said, "Oh, that Kansas City defense is tired. They're tired. They're so tired. They're tired." Hey, did you know that they were tired? Because they're tired. They're really tired. Look at it. They're tired. They're tired. Hey, they're tired. And I want to be like, cool, man. We get they're tired. They're an NFL team. They're conditioned. Do you not know that that's how Kansas City runs? They bend until they don't bend anymore, and then they usually pick the ball off or they have a great play. That's Spags' defense, which...
It's like what Romeo Crennel wanted.
Yes, absolutely.
No break.
Which, I know I said this earlier in the week, and you might agree or disagree with this. I believe Kyle Shanahan is the Andy Reid currently when Andy was the coach of the Eagles. And hear me out when I say that. Andy Reid went to 4 straight NFC championship games, only made it to the Super Bowl once. Kyle Shanahan has been to 2 Super Bowls and 4 NFC championships games, and he can't get over the hump. What did it take for Andy Reid to get over the hump? Yes, it took
A real quarterback.
It took a real quarterback, which I think is part of the problem with Shanahan's system.
Wait a minute.
What?
All year I heard about how great Brock Purdy was,
I
and he
never
was
said
in the
that.
lead for the
I
MVP.
never said that.
Not you. I just
never said
national
that.
media was like, he's so good, and I'm like, he's fucking average.
So,
I think a big thing with real quick.
No,
with
go ahead.
Brock Purdy is it's because of where he was drafted. It's because he was Mr. Irrelevant. They're like, how can someone drafted so low be this, this great? Well, he was on a great team. I mean, 49ers great team, made the Super Bowl.
Did you see the cap hit that they're about to take?
Oh, it's so glorious.
It's an entire franchise. Like it's an entire salary cap. Like it's almost 200 or it's like 250 or 260 million dollars
for like 6 players.
Yeah, for 6 goddamn
And
players.
Trent Williams is number 1 on the list. He's
number 1 in a yeah, because he's
4 million or something.
well in this
I'm
next year I think he goes up to like 31.
No, it might have been 30.
It's like
actually, this last year.
$31
Yeah.
million dollars.
It's insane
Yeah.
money for a left tackle. They're important, but who are you protecting? You're protecting Brock Purdy. Like, what the fuck are we talking
I'm
about?
glad he
here?
didn't sign with the Chiefs now. That would have been.
Trent Williams, I think it actually would have been a better signing for him.
Laramie Tunsil would have been better.
Yes,
Cheaper.
Tunsil would have
Yeah,
been
just
Well,
as
that's what I'm
good.
saying,
better.
money wise, yeah.
Let's switch gears for a minute. Let's go to next season. Do we bring back the tackles?
No. I'm okay with Donovan
One of them's
Smith.
going to have to come back.
I don't know if you have a problem. Donovan Smith is cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's fine.
Do they cut Taylor
I think
then?
he's servable. You got to do something.
Can
Because
they?
he's what,
Can they cut
17 or
him yet?
18 million? Well, it's like
He's
40
big.
million in dead.
Yeah.
You're going to
It's
have to
gonna be a lot with
renegotiate or
that.
do something. But you got to get another tackle somewhere in the draft.
Mhm.
You can't really afford to go out and buy one, but
No.
you're going to have to upgrade. They're
Yeah.
not sufficient for the year. I don't think.
Well, question I have for you guys: are we looking at Jones or Snead as priority number
Snead.
one?
Snead is 100% priority number 1, in my opinion.
I agree.
I'm actually kind of more sad that Willie Gay is gone because we can't afford him. And he has been a huge integral part of that defense. I know Chanel has made leaps and bounds, but I don't know that he's as athletic as Gay is. Gay was just amazingly athletic, and like his drive was second to none. I think with Bolton coming back healthy, we'll be fine. Chanel
And I think you got to re-sign Drew as well. Tranquil is going to
Yes.
be key,
Mhm.
and you can
Yes.
get. I think he got
cheap.
the taste of
Yeah.
that Super
Cheap.
Bowl. and he wants it again.
Absolutely. Because
No.
what he signed for like $5 or $6 million
It was
this year,
super
Yeah.
cheap.
and if he goes, hey, I think I earned a starting spot, which I would say that he probably did, even though he was better used as a situational guy, except for when Gay went down. I actually would love to see Tranquil come in as a second or third down guy and let him just run balls to the wall to where he's not
yeah.
tired. That way he's not playing every single down.
100%.
Chris Jones says that he's going to come back. I don't see that happening as long as he has the two jackass agents that he has. Those two brothers are complete douchebags. And what he did at the very beginning of the year, just like we said before, was complete horseshit. If you're going to hold out, don't be in the stands. Hold out somewhere else. Don't do that. Don't do that to your people.
Yeah.
I would like to see Chris Jones back because he's proven, but I don't think he's worth it. I just don't. I don't think he's worth it to come back.
I don't agree. And I'll tell you why. Brett Veach has been fantastic in drafting secondary help.
That's
His safeties, his corners,
True.
they've all
True.
been
True.
fantastic. And so he has shown an ability to get you elite talent in later rounds
True.
in the secondary.
I'll give you that.
There's not another Chris Jones to go get. So to replace Chris Jones is damn near impossible.
True.
And I love Snead. He was, to me, the best corner in the league all year long.
Yeah.
But you have very deep talent in that secondary.
That is true. Edwards and Connor and some of those other guys that have stepped up big time, I would agree.
And McDuffie is goddamn amazing. He gets better every week, which is insane. That draft of, what was it, 2022 now, where we got McDuffie and Karlaftis and Pacheco and was it Connor? One of those was
Connor
in
and
there.
Edwards, I think, were both in
might
that
have
draft
both-
too.
That thing was amazing. So if he's hitting like that in the draft, I hate to say it, I love L'Jarius Sneed, but he deserves to get paid.
He does.
We can't afford it.
But on the flip side is you could say that about Chris Jones too.
Chris Jones has already been paid. And I think
He hasn't been paid.
he was second in the league at his position. That's getting paid. Aaron Donald got overpaid, but Aaron Donald was also just an immovable force.
That's
That dude was.
That's true.
He was Thanos.
But-
He's wrecking everything in the fucking.
I think actually with the incentives, Jones might have been number one.
He did get a lot of incentives.
Because he got
I
a
feel like
million. He
hit
got a
every single
million.
one he got.
Yeah, he got $1 million and a half or whatever for getting his 10 sacks, minus his Rolexes to the rest of the defensive linemen. Which, that's still funny as shit to me because he can't afford golf carts, but he can afford Rolexes,
You
which
can
is
get a
total
cheap
horse
Rolex.
shit.
You can get like a 10 grand Rolex, but those golf carts were like 25 grand golf carts a
I
piece.
don't think they were that much.
Dude, they were.
I don't think they were that
Dude.
much.
Those were nice golf
I've
carts.
looked at them.
Those weren't 10s. Those were like
Yeah, they're
legit
14s.
17-inch rims
No,
on a
they're
fucking golf
14s.
cart, dude.
They're 14s.
Those things are badass.
I've looked into golf carts a lot.
Those are badass.
A lot. I don't know. I I'm always skeptical. I don't unless Kansas City goes out and either finds another replacement for Snead and they re-sign Jones and then they've got to find another wide receiver. We can't do this again.
Got to.
Rasheed Rice is an amazing talent, and I'm
He's a great
so
too.
glad.
Yep.
So glad he can be a one. And I think it's going to take one more season for him to become that possession receiver that we need as a one. MVS, I
He's
thought
gone.
he was going to get.
Yeah,
No,
you
he's
gotta
not.
cut him.
He's not
You
going to get
have
cut.
to.
He's
Well,
not going
and
to.
if
This is
he
last
doesn't-
year.
if he
This is his
doesn't-
last year on his
Yeah, but you
contract.
have to renegotiate or you have to go because you can't pay him.
No.
It's like $14 million
No.
he's due next year.
No,
He's not
his
worth
contract. His contract was backwards, if I'm not mistaken. I thought his contract was less on the back end.
it. I'd have to look it up. I don't have the numbers.
I don't
in
remember
hand,
either, but I
it's-
thought he actually got cheaper as his contract went along.
even if it's $10 million, he's not worth it.
Richie James is gone, or should be. I don't see them holding him.
KT is gone.
Yeah, that
Skyy
dude.
Moore is gone.
No,
They can walk on
Moore's
him
got
now.
2 more.
Dude, they'll trade him or do something. If you're a healthy scratch for the whole fucking
That's
playoff
true,
run,
That's true.
That's
you're
true.
clearly not a key member of this team, and you're done.
I never understood why they drafted him in the first place.
They saw something that wasn't there.
They also saw something in Clyde Edwards-Helaire, which he should be gone next year too.
Yeah, I don't think there's anywhere way CEH.
No, there's nothing to sign him for. Like,
No,
there's
because
no-
we have Prince and what's
did
his face in the waiting.
He did actually show up at this Super Bowl parade, though, unlike last year.
That was nice. And then
That
we
was
have a
pretty nice.
controversy because he gave Brittany a hug, and I'm
yeah.
like, seriously, guys,
There's something
fucking
to
hug.
that
Get the fuck
because
out
they
of
gave
here.
each other a hug.
So dumb. Jesus
Well,
Christ.
We will see.
I'm excited.
I'm excited for next year
Going
too.
for that three-peat.
I would love to see a three-peat happen.
Dude.
I don't. I will say this: if a three-peat does happen, that does give Pat one more leg up on Brady as being the greatest of all time. It gives him one leg up.
Not just Brady. You've lapped the field with the exception of Brady because no one else has done it.
Well,
so
even
you're
now,
in a league of your own at that
Yeah,
point.
but even now, who else has three Super Bowl wins? Aikman. Montana's got 4, so he's the only one that but
Bradshaw
Bradshaw
has
has
three as well?
3. I think
That's
those are
it.
the only. Yeah, those are the only 3 that have.
The only people that have
3.
more are Montana and Brady.
Yeah,
That's
and
it.
Montana didn't get his till later on in his career anyway.
Mhm.
And I was looking at the past Super Bowl winners since like 2002, I think it was. And did you know there was a 10-year span, 10 years between Brady's first 3
Mm-hmm.
and Brady's second 3?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
And I looked at that and I was like, holy shit, I didn't even realize that. If Pat continues on the path that they are, whether it's every other year or skip a year, then a couple, skip a year, and then a couple, that dude could possibly win like 8 or 9 Super Bowls if everything stays the same. That's fucking insane.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
That's insane.
I'm not gonna compare him to Tom Brady and put him in the GOAT conversation yet. But if you win next year and you have 4,
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
3 in a row,
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
in
about.
7 years
Yeah.
as a starter, dude. I don't know how
Yeah.
you don't put him near. I mean, the debate starts. I'm not gonna say he's
Yeah,
gonna go
absolutely,
to that point,
100%.
but
100%.
we're having a serious conversation about this is something that has never ever been done.
The only thing they're gonna say that, if that happens, which let's hope it does, is head-to-head, Chiefs Buccaneers, who won that Super Bowl.
Yeah, but
Tom
but
Brady did
the thing about that is Tom Brady didn't beat him. Tom Brady did not beat him. He did not beat him in the AFC Championship game either because he's 1-2 versus the matchups between them.
I'll give
Pat.
him the AFC Championship.
I
give Brady
won't.
that
I
one.
won't because Brady.
No, I'll
because
give
I
D
won't
Ford that
either.
one.
I gave D Ford that one also because Kansas City won that game on that interception, but D Ford was lined up off sides. That's on him. Plus, Kansas City didn't have a chance to go back down and score like they did this year.
Doesn't matter.
I understand it doesn't
You-
matter.
Back then, if you won the toss, Brady did exactly why
Oh, yeah,
Mahomes
yeah.
got the MVP this
Yeah.
year. Because you went down
No.
and scored in crunch time.
Yeah,
And that's
yeah.
why Brady deserved it. That's why the Patriots deserved it.
But
They
I'm
won
saying-
it, and that's it.
But I'm saying for the Super Bowl, we had one lineman.
Correct.
One.
Four out of 5
One
were fucking
lineman.
injured.
Yeah.
And that's not a real comparison of the
No.
teams. 100%,
No.
I don't think that one counts.
No.
I'll throw it
No, and if you take that one out, that makes him at 1-1 because what was it? The next season, we went down and smashed Tampa Bay, if I'm not mistaken. Smashed
It
them.
was earlier in the year.
Yeah, that's what I'm
because
saying.
when we had our offensive
Yeah.
linemen the year that
Yeah.
we lost to them in the Super Bowl,
Yes.
we rode them.
Yes.
Tyreek had a monster day. He had
Yeah.
over 200 yards.
Yeah.
That's the one where we got on the phone. He was like, call the National Guard. They need help. He did the Uncle Shay
Yeah.
like, help is on
Yes.
the way. And I was
Yes.
like, it was warranted because he
Yes.
fucking torched
Yeah, it was the
them.
next year. It was the next year early in the season because it was like, this is that Super Bowl matchup now that we have every year. And it's like, yeah, Tyreek Hill went down and had like 230 some odd yards. And it's
Blew
like,
them up.
this is what happens when he's not scrambling for his life and having to throw 3 feet off the ground vertical or horizontal, whatever you want.
And bouncing it off the face mask of the wide receiver.
Let's not go there.
Yeah,
this is
we're
going to make me angry. This hurts me so bad.
No, this is you guys said it. This is a celebration. This is a happy time.
The best part is, we're like, remember that time in the Super Bowl?
Right.
That Patrick Mahomes
Right.
made the most amazing throw we've ever seen, and it sucked because we
No.
lost?
Not remember.
Okay.
Not remember that time when Steve DeBerg was the quarterback in the '90s and he had that little
The thing
pin
sticking out of his
Yes.
finger?
Were you even old enough to
How far
remember
we
that?
have come.
No, that little white thing that was like sticking out of the end of
He
his
literally
pinky.
had a
Yeah, he had a
pin. He had a
fucking
pin
pin.
in his finger,
So
and the end
gross.
was sticking out. He was a fucking tough dude.
He was a tough son of
DeBerg was a
bitch.
tough motherfucker. I ain't taking nothing away from him because my ass ain't that's on his throwing hand.
Mm-hmm.
So he's underneath there, and he was taking snaps one-handed. I don't know if you've ever listened. If you listen to A10, like Tim Grunhard will tell the stories because
Yeah.
he was the center at the time, and he's underneath there taking snaps one-handed because he's got a goddamn pen in his hand,
Jesus.
and it's insane. That is,
It's right here.
That's a different era, man. Like that dude was.
So that's like
insane.
partially what it looked like. I mean, I know that's not somebody else, but like he literally didn't for like an entire game. Like this part, like got tore off of his finger.
It's
like
insane.
it was
it was
nasty.
woo,
So gross.
dude.
Steve
has-
DeBerg was
That man needs a
He was a
wheelbarrow
tough son
for his
bitch.
fucking balls.
Oh, yeah.
That dude is a fucking man.
he was
God damn.
like what's his face on South Park for the Kentucky Fried Chicken episode.
Exactly,
You know what I'm talking
exactly.
about. Yeah.
Woo, man.
All right. Well, let's get this wrapped up. I know it's past your bedtime. I think
A little bit,
a
probably.
little bit past your bedtime.
Past that little mini elephant upstairs bedtime.
Yeah,
at
yeah.
least.
So, well, thank you for coming on.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Still jealous. Not gonna lie.
I'm just glad we got to live vicariously through.
Oh,
him
100%. That's
for
why. That's why I
because-
texted him. I was like, "Bro, you gotta go live. I need to know where you're at. I need to know where your seats are because
I was
need to see
wondering.
this."
If you're like still in the back of your mind. You're like, I don't believe him. I don't believe him. I need to.
No,
prove
I knew it. I knew it. When you said that, because I was like, that's not something you would joke about,
No.
and I know your dad wouldn't either, because your dad's enough of a diehard Chiefs fan too that he was like, "Hey, let's go," and you were like, "Fuck yes, let's go." I was like, I knew it was legit. You wouldn't fuck around with something like that. Not in this instance. Like if me and him would fuck around like that,
Oh yeah.
but not you.
Yeah.
I know
No,
better
it
than
was-
that. So
Once in a lifetime opportunity. Even though my dad did say after the game, I think he was still riding that high, but maybe I'll try to hold him to it. He said, New Orleans is pretty fun. So.
I ain't mad at you. I want to go back to New Orleans. I just don't know that I would go down there for a Super Bowl. That'd be crazy.
I'm gonna tell you, I got reminded the other day. I had a little Facebook memory pop up.
Mhm.
I was actually in New Orleans in February, just passing through
Yeah.
a couple hours, and I'm like, it's about the same time as the Super Bowl. Maybe that's a sign. Maybe I'm supposed to go next year. I don't know. We'll see.
But like you said, if you go, he has to go.
That's
Yeah.
true.
You can't be apart.
Nope. We have to be together to at least watch the game.
We can drive to New Orleans. We'll be fine.
It's only 13 hours. I've done it once before.
I've done it.
I drove it straight through.
Way better than Vegas.
I drove it
It's
straight
like
through.
24 fucking hours.
my
That's
God.
ridiculous.
That's nuts. All right, well,
Alright.
thank you for coming in.
Yep.
Sorry to keep you out.
Thank you. I
You're
appreciate
good.
it.
Good show. I'm glad you guys are good. Glad we're safe. Once again, to the families and everybody that was affected by the incident during the parade, we stand with you. We're praying for you guys, and hopefully everything's good from there.
I can't add anything to that. I'm with you. I don't want to get emotional. That's why we had to take a break earlier.
I
But
know.
yes, we're with you. In Chiefs Kingdom, we're going to rally around them like we always do. That's what we do. As a city, we come together, and it's bigger. It's bigger than football.
Bigger
In a
than any
situation
of
like
us.
this.
Yeah.
And we'll treat it as such. So,
Yeah.
thank you, sir. Appreciate you.
Peace.
Bye.